How's it going, guys? Want to wish you a happy Easter, or happy belated Easter. Yeah, I should have probably gotten this video out before, but been having a lot of other stuff going on, other videos in the way, live streaming, and then my day job and family. Anyway, so I still wanted to say happy Easter, but that really has nothing to do with the video. We'll be talking about Capcom. So, little backstory. Capcom has had a large presence on the Nintendo Switch since 2017. However, not every game that comes to PC, PS5, or Xbox Series X and S has made it on the Nintendo Switch. There are a decent amount of games on the Switch from Capcom. I'm going to be mainly talking about Resident Evil, but you also have Street Fighter and Mega Man games. Yeah, so you got a handful of older Resident Evil games, as well as several games that rely on streaming servers, like the cloud games. This video will be mainly covering the Resident Evil series on Nintendo Switch, specifically the streaming cloud versions. Now, in Japan, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard will be ending its rental service on the Switch. However, users will be able to buy the game, like in the West. This is according to Nintendo Life. Yeah, but it's still a cloud game. It's not like you're going to natively have the game on your system. Now, Capcom's website did list something very interesting on the Resident Evil cloud games on the Switch. I thought this was really interesting. I was like, hey, I'm gonna do a video on this. I didn't really see a lot of coverage of it online, other than I read that it's like, oh, Resident Evil 7 is shutting down Japan. And you're still gonna be able to play it on the Switch, but anyway. So what I saw on Capcom's website, and if I remember, I'll put a screenshot in the video when I'm editing this later. All Resident Evil titles can only be played while the service is active. This can be found on Capcom's official website for the Resident Evil series, for the Switch. Now, I thought this was kind of a big red flag. While it does not say that they're going to be shutting down the games, it may hint that Capcom will eventually shut the servers down for these games. The players will not be able to play Resident Evil cloud games on the Switch if this happens, since they require a connection to the cloud servers. The save data is also not even guaranteed to always be reliable. Now, that could be anytime, but I don't really like streaming games. I'll stream movies and shows once in a while. Well, mostly shows. I don't really watch a lot of movies. But, although I did see the Super Mario Brothers movie today. Not streaming, but that's in theaters. Anyway, good movie. That has nothing to do with the video. But yeah, I don't really care for streaming games so much. I've tried it. I'm not a big fan of it. I prefer to natively own stuff. And they could say well, I'm uploading this video on YouTube and Rumble, so technically you're going to be streaming it. Yeah, well, I don't know. I just don't care for video games. But, so anyway. What will happen to users that paid for these games? Will Capcom give refunds like Google did to Stadia users when that shut down? As for Resident Evil 7 in Japan, Capcom had the game where it was basically a subscription service, meaning customers do not own a copy of the game. But these Resident Evil cloud games, at least in the West, mandate the player to buy the game. Hopefully Capcom will refund users, and also hopefully these games won't shut down anytime soon. But I feel like I don't know, when I say soon, I don't know when soon is, but even 5 or 10 years, that's going to suck for people. Anyway, yeah, so hopefully Capcom figures out what to do. Or, hey, maybe when the new Switch comes out, they're like, hey, did you guys, for those of you that had these games, we're going to give you a free copy on the Switch 2 of these games. Yeah, they're not going to do that. And what if somebody doesn't want the Switch 2? I guess there's SOL? I don't know. I don't know. I really don't like cloud games. Anyway, let's continue. It's just a matter of time before the servers shut down. Hopefully that won't be for a long time, but who knows. Furthermore, remember to head over to Capcom's official website for more details on the Resident Evil games on the Nintendo Switch. Not just cloud games, but also just the games in general. I can get Resident Evil 1, and this is actually the RE1 remake. This is natively on the Switch, by the way. RE2 and RE3 makes are on, those are cloud servers. You can get Resident Evil 4, not the Resident Evil 4 remake. I feel like that probably will come to the Switch at some point. But you can get the original Resident Evil 4 on the Switch, and then Resident Evil 5 and 6. And as for 7 and 8, well, Village, I should say, those are cloud servers. But the games on the Switch for Resident Evil that you can natively play on the Switch, got a Resident Evil 1 remake, RE3, or I'm sorry, RE1, RE4, RE5, RE6, and then you have the Revelations games. Yeah, Revelations 1 and 2. I really like the first Revelations game. Second one's still pretty good, but I like the first one better. Anyway, so all my links down in the description if you guys want to learn more. Head on over to Capcom's website. I'll also have the article to Nintendo Life, Google Stadia, where I made a video or article on that. But yeah. Anyway, I want you guys to let me know what you think of all this. If you like me, I've only played the Resident Evil games on the. I have a couple of the Resident Evil games on the Switch. But as for the clouds, the streaming games, I've mainly just been trying the demos. It's like, okay, so to me, personally, I'm not going to lose any money because I never owned them in the first place on the Switch. I'm not talking about owning copyright. Technically, you could argue, yeah, you're owning a license to use the game. Yeah, and I'm sure somewhere in the license it probably says like, oh, well, you know, this isn't meant to last forever or something, and some wording. Probably not exactly how I stated it, but you know, I'm sure there's some legal way where it's like, no, we put this in the license, so you can't come after us, government. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up. I've talked too much in this video. I could probably add more, but I don't want to make this video 45 minutes long. Let me know what you guys think. I mostly just play Resident Evil games on PC. That's what I do. Mostly just, it's not so much just the streaming I don't care for. It's more that I like keyboard and mouse controls for Resident Evil games. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.